10 years ago, I made a riveting documentary about the change in the Pringles logo. This is the new Pringles. And this is the old Pringles.
We got the apple bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. Yeah, the whole damn club, they was looking at us.
We begin at a local grocery store, where I embarked on my journey to discover what corporations are changing their logos, and why. What you're about to see may shock you. Sprite. Insert lean joke here. Now, Sprite, it's a good drink. So lemon lime. As Sprite likes to call it, it's limin'. And on the Sprite logo, see, they have this border, they have the slanted letters, and the dot of the I is the limin, as Sprite calls it, like I said. Now, this logo, it's gone through a bunch of varieties and changes throughout the years, up until 2019. Now, in 2019, they just stuck with one logo. But in 2022, what they did is they removed the border around the Sprite letters. They removed the limin from the dot of the I. It's just a normal green dot now. That's lame, and I don't like it. And now the letters are a slightly different font that looks less interesting, and they're not slanted anymore. If this was always the logo, I wouldn't care at all. Not in the slightest. But the old one was so much better. Look at this beautiful Sprite logo. It says the name of it. It says Sprite. You thought. Not anymore. I discovered this about a week ago. Saddest moment of my life. Now, they changed the Sprite logo. Not cool. I don't like it. But they also just revealed that they're changing the bottle too with this whole rebrand they're going through. The bottle used to be green. The whole bottle was green. The logo, the wrap around it, whatever, the label. It's called a label. The label, the bottle, the cap, all of it green. Now, they're changing the bottle to be clear. Why are they doing this? I don't know. Probably cheaper or something. I don't care why. I just know that I don't like it. BMW. They make cars. And also their logo changed. I like the old one better. Let's see what this guy thinks.
Wow, this is a really cool car.
Speaking of which, this car is a BMW. What are your opinions on the BMW logo, good sir?
I think that the old logo was better.
No.
Excuse me, I'll be on my way.
No. What are your opinions on the Pringles logo?
I don't really like it. I feel like he was hotter the other way.
That is so valid. One of the most egregious changes has been Hershey's. They changed it from this to this. Get a load of this corporation. This pretty simple logo right here was changed to pretty much the same thing but different. Why? Unrelated. This one never changed. It's just a good drink. Good beverage. You want to know a good logo change? Nintendo. 2017, they changed it to their new one, and I like it better than their old one. That's all the opinion I have on it. What are your opinions on Vilivagod?
I liked him when the old Vilivagod was better.
The PBS Kids logo changed to something so good. And it was this green guy. He was just in the middle. It said PBS Kids on it and stuff. And now it's blue, and it doesn't even have the guy on it. It's just bad now. They made it worse. What's that all about? I don't like the new change of the PBS Kids logo. So, what are your opinions on the Nickelodeon logo? Good or bad?
I can't fucking do this anymore!
I'm on a pipe. That's why they call me Luigi. That's a call forward. The Cartoon Network logo. It started off with this weird circle thingy, but that was before the channel launched. When the channel actually launched, they had this rectangular thing. Why am I pointing? I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna pop up there. I'm filming this before editing. But it had this rectangular logo, full word, fun, white checkerboard pattern. Later, in 2006, they changed that, just made it the letters CN. a bit lopsided, bit tilted, and it's fun. It shows the energy of the cartoons on the Cartoon Network. And then, in the year of our Lord, 2010, they made the logo boring. It's just two squares. Still got the CN, but it's not tilted anymore. It's just a straight line, and it's boring. However, this was the era where they made Destroy, Build, Destroy the best show of all time, so I think it's fine. Anyway, the Mountain Dew logo. It's been through a few changes throughout history. Honestly, I personally like the changes, except there was this one funky one. That one was great. YouTube. You know it, you hate it. In 2005, it started off with this normal logo. Just the word U and the word tube. Now, the tube part had this weird, fake 3D thing that they did in the early 2000s and 2010s. Now, in 2011, they changed the logo, but it was really just a changing of the colors. In 2013, they flattened all the colors, just made it a bit more simple, but it still kept the same charm. 2015, they basically did the same thing again, just changed the color a bit. But in 2017, they got rid of the part where the word tube is in the little red thing, and they made that little red thing just have a little triangle in it. The YouTube play button. And now, I don't think this is a bad logo. I just think it's different. And that is the best type of redesign. It's something where it's not bad, it's just different. Speaking of trains, we now have a very special guest. The world's most subscribed to YouTube channel, Worldwiderailfan. That sign is upside down.
Thanks, Vilivagod. Union Pacific's new paint scheme is a failure in graphic design at a time when railroads are consistently designing great paint schemes. Just a few days ago, Union Pacific, the largest freight railroad in North America, redesigned their paint scheme from this, the iconic Wings paint scheme, which features a massive American flag on the side of the locomotive, something which Union Pacific has been doing for years, and the namesake Wings on the nose of the locomotive. In my opinion, this is a pretty decent paint scheme, but what it lacks in brand recognition, it makes up for in being an American icon. Now for the new paint scheme. The flag has been made smaller and moved up front, the wings have been removed, and worst of all, the side of the locomotive has been reverted to the 1990s era style in which Union Pacific is written in big red letters on the side of the locomotive. As was the case with Vilivagod's assessment of the Sprite logo, if it was like this all along, I wouldn't care, but adding back the red Union Pacific lettering not only means the American flag is moved to where it is now, but more importantly, it ages the locomotive, making it appear to be from the 90s instead of the current day. Also, the American flag is awkwardly placed on the locomotive now, making it look much like an afterthought, which is something that goes completely against Union Pacific's ethos. Now what about a railroad that's had a successful redesign? Well, of course, that'd be Amtrak. Using the same silver and blue paint scheme since the late 90s, in 2020 it was clear that a fresh look was necessary. Being released on Amtrak's fleet of new low-emissions diesel locomotives, this brand new paint scheme upgrades Amtrak's color palette by moving away from grays and silvers and moving towards colorful reds and blues. In my humble opinion, this redesign not only makes Amtrak trains more eye-catching, but it also brings Amtrak's design language into the 2020s, once again doing away with the silvers and grays of the early 2000s. Anyways, back to you, Vilivagod.
It says in 9, okay? You go into your local sports store, alright? Dick's, whatever have you, okay?
Dick's.
Alright? You're in Dick's, and you see Gatorade, and there's that logo,
Dick's.
it's the lightning bolt. You're like, fuck yeah, baby,
Dick's, and
it's
you see
Gatorade.
fucking-
Now, it's just Gatorade, man.
Yeah. You're just in Dick's without the lightning bolt, and you're just like, where the fuck this going?
Literally, why did it change?
The lightning bolt is still on the bottle.
Like literally the lamestream media. I thought you were like actually legit.
This is why I haven't interviewed people before.